All right, so here we've got 6 cups of water plus like a cup and a half of cashews to make myself another batch of cashew milk. And the sourdough starter is out, getting all active and ready to make some bread. And welcome to a day in my life. Okay, so I did a stocking trip at Costco. So this is a little bit like a multi-layered stocking trip. I'll talk a little bit about that. So there's kind of 3 things going on in my mind right now. Stocking for the long-term storage, stocking for our summer, which is coming up, which is every year I stock for summer. So this is standard for right now for me to be buying some extra food that I am purposefully intending to use just within the next few months, just to try to make sure that we have as little money to spend as possible during our hottest months, which is when we have to spend the most money and also when we make the least money, just seasonally. That's the way it works here. And then also prepping the cars. This has been something that's been in my mind for a while. We have a little bit of stuff in the cars. Like for instance, in each of the cars, I have a pair of old sneakers and a pair of socks, you know, like if I need to change into better shoes or whatever. But I wanted to stock the cars more with kind of more survival type stuff. And so I'll show a little bit of what I've gotten here, and then at some point when we fully stock everything, I will have a video showing that, but that's also in my mind. So let me just go ahead and briefly show you, what did we get at Costco today? Okay, so we've got basmati rice, which is, you know, what we eat, quinoa too, just stuff we eat. This pack of water is part of what I have gotten for the cars. I'm planning on doing 2 gallons per car, just like as a starting point, just to have some water. And then it's not going to technically be like the safest, most amazing thing to drink, because it will be leaching chemicals from hot sun. But if we were in a situation where we needed water, you know, broken down on the side of the road in the hot summer or whatever, BPA is going to be kind of the least of our concerns. So this is more for a situation like that. This is also a thing that we have been talking about getting for the car for a while, some sort of lighting. And so this is what I picked up. They happen to have a 3-pack, so that's 1 for each of the cars. And so this is just like an LED light. And out of all the options, it seemed to have, you know, the longest lighting time for, you know, the batteries. And so, yeah, and I did also get quite a few sets of batteries, just because we haven't stocked on those in a little while, and they were also on sale. This is also a thing I just picked up for the cars. I just found it, and it's like an instant crate, so it's flat, and then you can pick it up, and these little things fold down, you know, when you have more than one hand. It works out really well. There we go. And so it makes a little crate. And so that is something I think could potentially be really handy for the car, you know, for whatever reasons. And then it just folds right back down again and stays out of the way. Toilet paper, because, you know, toilet paper. These are lids for more totes I just bought. I'll get to that in a second. Our mango salsa, which is like my kryptonite. I cannot live without this stuff anymore, it seems. This is like, I don't know, just like my favorite ever. Some umami seasoning. Trying it out because I will attempt to make my own mix at some point. I laugh because this is, you know, umami savory seasoning, which is more of a vegan thing. But the first thing they say is season burgers, steaks, pork or chicken to add savory kick. And I just laugh. It's like, yeah, it's because those things don't have flavor until you put plants on them. But anyway, monk fruit sweetener. I will talk more about this at some point. This is not the healthiest, best choice. This is more of a crutch transition thing for me, as I am kind of making my diet a little more strict, doing everything I can to just keep trying to lose some more weight. It's been extremely difficult. I can talk again about that in other videos, but it's always on my mind. Just apples, basic grocery stuff, you know, tangerines, mangoes, tomato paste, guac. I'm going to talk about the tomato paste separately. And spiced rum for tincture making, because it's almost the full moon, so I need to kind of restock on those to get some more tinctures made. Our tofu, which is just, you know, our regular food. This is a bit of a long-term stock prep. The refried beans in cans, just, you know, they have a higher calorie density because of the coconut oil in them and whatnot. And so that is
a little helpful just to have, you know, more calories and less space, but also they're like ready to go right out of the can in like an eatable, spreadable, kind of yummy form. So this is, you know, like in a disaster type thing. You just open that can up and you've got yourself refried beans ready to go. So that's what that is mainly for. Baby carrots just for snacks. I know ideally I would be just cutting my own carrot sticks, but that has not been happening. So we haven't been having carrots. So I'm back to buying baby carrots for now. Raisins, here are the totes I bought. So I bought these because I'm needing something to do with all of the Mylar bag food I've been making over here. And so I'll talk about that more later too. I'm trying to keep this fast. Basically, loading totes with the food, I think it makes a little bit more sense than doing giant buckets, because I've kind of rethought my philosophy on how I'm storing, whether it's going to be, you know, fully in giant buckets like this or in slightly smaller bags, which I think actually ends up making more sense in the long run. So yeah, for food storage, totes. Also, something in that form is easy to grab and go. Like in a situation, if we were going to leave quickly, we'd be able to just grab and go. So some more salt. It just keeps indefinitely. It's good for food preserving and for flavor. And some unsweetened ketchup, just because, again, I'm tweaking things. And so I don't need one more thing to make. And I'm going to try having some unsweetened ketchup, even though it still has salt in it. Otherwise, it seems, you know, good. Ramen noodles for my boys. Coconut aminos, because it's just, you know, they're just delicious. That is also one of my favorite things in the universe. Nuts are for the boys, Adam and Sage. I don't really eat these very much, but we do make, you know, like roasted nuts, or put them in walnuts, or put them in granola or whatever for those guys. And that's a good way to add calories to their diet, their whole food diet, without it being oils. And so this actually still contains all of the nutrient of the nut. So you're not just getting the oil, you're getting the full package. And so dried mangoes for Adam, because this is his favorite treat in the universe. Instant coffee, this is more for the stash, because it just kind of keeps indefinitely. And then this bag of rice is actually intended to go straight into Mylar bags. We don't eat a lot of white rice unless it's basmati rice, but this is more, like I said, just for the stash. It keeps for, you know, years and years and years and years if it is stored properly. And so that's what this is intended for long-term food storage. And so, yeah, that's basically it. And so that's for the Costco haul. And yeah, like I said, I will talk briefly about the tomato paste, but I'm going to get into a better spot to do that. So it's just sort of like some of what, you know, if you're a vegan and you're stocking up, like what might you stock up on. So there you go. Okay, I am briefly just going to talk about the tomato paste versus the diced tomato thing. For me personally, I'm switching over to stocking tomato paste instead of diced tomatoes, not only because they take up so much less space, but also because the price, you just get way more for the money, I believe. So in my mind, I'm pretty sure that one of these tomato paste cans essentially replaces at least 2 cans of diced tomatoes as far as flavor goes in your recipes. The only nutritional differences between these two things, as far as I can tell, is there's calcium in the diced tomatoes, but that is because they add calcium chloride, which, if I'm remembering right, is a firming agent. So they're trying to keep the tomatoes more firm in the liquid. And then there's no calcium chloride added to tomato paste. Also, there is salt added to diced tomatoes, but not to the tomato paste. And so this is far less sodium. And otherwise it seems to be nutritionally exact. And like I said, I believe one of these will replace at least 2 of these. And so it takes up way less space. Like I said, but I was just at Costco and I did confirm that as of today, February 2021, 8 cans of diced tomatoes is $5.99, but 12 cans of tomato paste is also $5.99. So if you think of each one of these as the equivalent of 2 of these, then that means you're getting 3 times as much for the same amount of money using less space. The only like real disadvantage to these little cans that I can see so far is that they don't stack. So you have to kind of offset them to get them to stack. But other than that, I think it's great. So yeah, for me personally, I'm switching over to tomato paste. This is like the super interesting and thrilling content that you came here for, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm off to make lunch. Started my sourdough bread. Now it is finally time to sit down for lunch. So this is my lunch almost every day now. It is a giant salad. There's romaine, napa, cabbage. I switch it up a little bit every day, but it's essentially the same. There's like a giant pile of greens, and then I throw in extra veggies. So today there is an entire cucumber cut up in here, a little bit of apple, a big pile of chickpeas, some pumpkin seeds, dulse flakes, and then the flavoring on the salad today is a little mango salsa and a little drizzle of the coconut aminos, which is one of my favorite things to put on my salads. And it's really like minimal, but it gives such a huge flavor difference. And so that is what I am eating. And while I'm eating, I will be watching our latest video for the timestamps. This is cooking without power. And so how to cook without power. And so that's the video that we have coming to you. Mr. Vegan Prepper is in this one. And so that's pretty great. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that taken care of and come back at you, I guess, with the next thing I'm doing. Okay, so I'm getting ready to stir my sourdough bread. So I thought I would just show you really fast, but I haven't made a sourdough video yet for my bread. That is definitely forthcoming, but in preparation for that, if you guys don't have yourselves a Danish dough whisk, get yourself a Danish dough whisk. This is like my most needed tool, and then I don't use a mixer, I just use this. So anyway, it just sort of, it's time. It gets stirred usually 4 times before it goes into the bowls to rise for the bake, but today, for the sake of time, I'm only going to end up stirring it twice, just because it got started so late. So it's fine. Sourdough is a really forgiving process. If you feel like you can't do it, well, gosh, I was going to say you're wrong. I hate to say it like that, but I just believe in you, okay? So anyway, here, and so now I'm just going to let that sit for a while, and then once it has kind of risen, I'll get it ready to go into the little proofing bowls, which is just these, you know, handy dirty dishes on my counter. Obviously not a dirty dish, but I use these bowls to proof my sourdough in. So anyway, I don't have any fancy equipment, just this. That's it. Okay, boys are inside doing dishes, and I am out here to get all of the greens. Well, not all of them, but, you know, to fill up my Excalibur as much as I can with some of the greens. And yeah, so we are entering that season of the garden. It's just like quickly like fill the dehydrator, get all that done, and then fill it again and do it as many times as I can until everything is just totally gone and it gets super hot. So anyway, Sage is out here with me. He is so happy, just having so much fun playing. You are so happy. Oh yeah, there's so many rocks, huh? Yeah. She's saying bugs, I think. Yeah, those are the wood chips. And all of our logs. Anyway, yeah, so I got my bucket. I'm gonna get my greens, and yep, that's what we're doing now. Got one little bok choy, I guess, in the whole yard that hasn't bolted yet. It's this one in the middle. I guess it's been so shaded that it's not bolted, but this is how I do my plants. Oh, there's a little weed. And I just pick off the outer leaves, and you can see like the whole season we've been picking off these leaves. I can't even tell you how many harvests I've gotten off of just this one plant. So greens are a great thing to grow. And then this guy is the only one I'm letting flower and go to seed because it's not bok choy. I don't know what it is, but it came in the seed packet. It's like some other kind of, oopsie, I guess I'll take that one now. Some other kind of cabbage. So I'm letting this one go all the way to seed, and I will collect the seeds that form in these little pods and have a different kind of cabbage next year. It did really great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And the bucket is more than full. This is probably plenty to get me started. So My original plan was to kind of dress it out here and get all of the leaves and stuff, but I'm gonna just do that inside. So anyway, yeah, here we go. Nice bucket of bok choy. Hopefully we'll fill the dehydrator. Oh wait, I'm gonna pick my calendula while I'm out here. And the more you pick it, the more it will bloom. So this is not the ideal time to pick it. Ideally, I'd pick it in the morning. But a lot of times these flowers, it's funny, it's like they're not even here in the morning and I don't even see them until evening. Then I go to pick them and my fingers get totally sticky, like so sticky from the resin, which is, you know, really a lot of the medicinal quality of this plant is in that resin. That's why it's so healing to your skin. So I tend to pick them at night. I don't know, it works, and my calendula is really strong. So it works for me. So I just pick them as soon as I see them and let the flower keep producing more and more and more flowers for me. And pretty soon I'm gonna have entire dehydrator loads of just these. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. This is all calendula. It's one of my main medicinal plants that I grow for us. So anyway, back inside. Okay, so Elliot is out running around with Sage now. So now I am helping with the hand wash dishes and we are getting that done. And then I'm gonna do the bok choy in the dehydrator, figure out dinner. Oh my gosh. You're not gonna get dinner before you leave?
No.
Sorry. Sorry. But you come back, you can have it when you come back. Okay. All right. Okay, Elliot is making hot chocolate mix. Yay! I'll have you watch my video on how to do it. I forgot that I had posted a video that I could have just...
You're just advertising your content everywhere.
No, I was like thinking I didn't have to get up and show you how to do it. I could have just parked you in front of YouTube and been like, here, watch your mother on the computer and make your hot chocolate. Oh gosh. Anyway.
Jump. You're good at jumping. Makes me tired though. Ready? Ready? Jump. Ready? Jump. Ready? Jump. Ready? Jump. Jump.
Okay, time for the bread reveal. I haven't looked yet. I just pulled these out of the oven. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, it looks amazing. Adam actually cut these and got them into the oven for me while I was off doing something else. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. I can't even, can you like see, this is our bread. This is what we eat for our bread. Look at that. So gorgeous. All right, cool. Yay. Okay, it's another beauty shot of the bread and then our little late night snack of air fried oil-free shoestring potatoes. They are delicious. And so we've got the rest of it going over there. And yeah, I would say that's probably where I should end it. This guy is home. You like the potatoes? He likes the potatoes. So anyway, so yeah, there's a day in our life. It's super busy. I actually didn't even film everything, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here, and hopefully you liked that and even got some helpful tidbits. So if there was like anything in the video at all that you saw and you went, oh, I want to know about that, or talk to me more about that, or teach me about that, or whatever, let me know in the comments down below and I will get to working on some of those videos. So anyway, as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, we're slicing the bread and the kids start showing up. Super yummy. Oh my gosh, cannot wait. It turned out amazing. All right, bye for real.